Hey everyone, I'm Kay James from Gravitee, here to tell you today about the new EdgeStack integration in Gravity's 4.9 release. I'll start with some background on the integration and then we could go into a quick demo. So Gravitee supports Federation in the API management platform, and Federation centralizes access and governance across an organization's distributed systems, APIs, and integrations into one platform. It ensures that teams maintain control and compliance while giving developers a single consistent place to discover, consume, and build on these services. Instead of having different platforms and portals to manage things like subscriptions for APIs or event streams that are served by different gateways, you can do it all within Gravitee. And Gravitee supports integration with providers like Apogee, AWS, and Solace, to name a few. Now, with the new EdgeStack integration, you are able to discover and import EdgeStack APIs into the Gravitee API management platform. And if you're already using EdgeStack, this means that you can discover Gravitee APIs and EdgeStack APIs side by side. You can utilize the developer portal to manage API subscriptions to EdgeStack APIs, and documentation and analytics for usage as well, all within a unified view of your APIs. So let's jump into a demo of what this looks like. So in the Gravitee API management platform, there's an integrations page that looks like this. And in order to create a new integration, we click this orange button for integrations and click EdgeStack. And we'll give this one a name. I'll just say K EdgeStack. And we could put a description if we want, but I'll skip that. So it'll give us an integration ID, which I will copy, and then it also talks about an agent connection. So the way that it's able to discover your EdgeStack APIs is by deploying an agent into our Kubernetes cluster. For the agent, we have documentation on how you can do that, and I'll just quickly show you. I'm going to do it with Helm, and in our Helm values, I will put that integration ID that we copied and save that, as well as the API management URL and Kubernetes secret, things like that. And then we will use Helm to install. So I'm already configured to my Kubernetes cluster, and we could see it deployed the agent. Let's just quickly look at the pods to make sure that it's there. It's not ready yet, but it will be in a second. So the pod is there, and we'll go back to our API management. So in API management, back at our integrations page, we see my integration, and now my agent is connected, and I will click that. And now that our agent is connected and able to read our APIs, we can discover them with this orange button here. And it found that I have 2 APIs in this instance of EdgeStack, and we can now add them to API management. They've been ingested, and there you go. So from here, we're able to do things like add documentation, add governance with API scoring, and just overall manage this API from the Gravitee API management platform. So let's take a look at what creating a subscription for one of these EdgeStack APIs would look like. If you don't know, a subscription is basically a mechanism that allows an application to gain access to a particular API via a specific plan. In the case of our EdgeStack APIs, our plans are coming from the filter. When we consume or ingest the API into API management, it takes a look, the agent takes a look at the filters and adds those as a plan for the API. So in this case, we have an API key filter in front of this quote API. And in order to create a subscription, there are 2 ways to do this. One is in the API management platform here. You could click subscriptions here at the top of our consumer section and click create subscription. We'll select the application that we want to give credentials to or permission and the plan. And then this will give us the API key in that our application can use to interact or consume this API. The other option is through the developer portal, where we can click subscribe, select the plan, select our application, and we can even add a message. Let's say, please give me creds, and click subscribe. Back in Gravitee, we can see our request for credentials, and we can either validate or reject the subscription. Let's say yes. And here are those credentials. So if you're already an edge stack user and you're exploring API governance, Gravitee can be your solution here and be the control plane for your entire API ecosystem. If you are ready to try this out, check out our documentation or reach out to our team and we'd be happy to help you out. Until next time.